So the beginning of the DCU is here, and I'm glad they had episode 1 and episode 2 released on the same day. So whether how they'll handle the transition of the DCEU to DCU seems alright so far. It confirms the 2021 Suicide Squad is canon, as Waller mentioned the Starlight situation in that film, and hinted at Rick Flag Sr.'s son's death, which this show and this new universe takes place 2 years later. Since now they aren't allowed to use humans for their task force since Waller's daughter in Peacemaker outed her. Waller has a new task force called Task Force M, which the M stands for months. Looking at the group, I like the new designs, like the different designs I should say. And on the news, we find out pretty much about Cersei and her having these men in her cause calling themselves the sons of Themyscira. Now the Creature Commandos head to Pokalistan, which is where the Princess Alanna lives and who they have to protect from Cersei and her sons of Themyscira. The first episode pretty much was getting us introduced to the team's personality and the likely main villain of the series, which I am fine with. Later in the episode, the princess has a thing for Flag as she tries to seduce him, but he quickly got out of the room to avoid that situation. Bride sneaks out at night with Nina to where the bride was born, and Dr. Phosphorus is looking through Rick's stuff to steal the chip that shocks them, but gets caught and fights with Flag over it. A pretty nice animated action scene which ends with them in the kitchen. And I forgot to mention this, but the opening intro to this gives a good classic vibe, which I liked a lot. Then we get to the events in episode 2. We learn of the bride's backstory, how she was born, and Todd ended up loving the scientist. Frankenstein was jealous and killed him and kept stalking her for centuries, while she combats him when he gets close to her each time. It's sad she was created for someone's lust, but had a joy side to this of the person that created her, taught her, and ended up loving her till he died. So while Rick's injuries was being tended to in the bathroom, Princess seduces him and then they have sex, and of course outside of the door it's depicted in a comedic scene at the same time, which was kind of funny. Cersei and her men enter the Frankenstein mansion. The bride packs up a good amount of the men. Cersei and the bride have their 1v1. Was looking pretty good. Cersei comes out on top and destroys the bride, as I would hope, and I like the respect there for Cersei and even letting me know how strong the bride is as well. But both the bride and Nina are laid out, gets knocked out after that whole battle. Pretty good start to the season and to the universe. Episode 2 definitely a level up from episode 1. Also hopefully G.I. Robot gets to defeat a Nazi. Poor guy, miss his glory days. Other than that, looking forward to episode 3 next week.